would be discussing MCQ number 29. And like said in the previous class, it is better to first go through what is being asked and only then read the relevant paragraphs, because then you are in a position to solve the MCQ in a much quick manner. So first MCQ, would Mr. Bharat be eligible for any deduction under section 80E in respect of payment of interest and repayment of loan taken for higher education of Mr. Ram? Also, does any liability for TDS or TCS arise on remittances to Mr. Ram under the provisions of Income Tax Act? First, it is better if you know what is ATE. ATE, it provides you with deduction benefit. Deduction benefit in respect of interest paid. Interest paid on any loan which has been taken for the purpose of pursuing higher education. If you all are wondering what higher education means for the purpose of ATE, higher education is education pursued after you have done your class 12th. Alright, however, the benefit of the interest that has been paid on the loan as per section 80E would be available only and only if the loan has been taken by the person himself for his own benefit or for his spouse or for his children. In this case, Mr. Bharat is the person who has taken loan. Loan has been taken for Mr. Ram. So it is better if we know the relationship between Mr. Bharat and Mr. Ram. And accordingly, we can figure out whether benefit of interest paid would be available or not under ATE. So for this, let's move to the paras. In this, the first para, Mr. Bharat is a cloth manufacturer running his proprietary business in the name of Messrs. Bharat Traders. He also exports clothes outside India. The turnover of 400 lakhs from such business. Now, Mr. Bharat had taken a loan of 35 lakhs at 9% from SBI during financial year 2021 for a term of 10 years for the education of his brother. So over here, his brother, the relationship has been specified. This means Mr. Ram is not a child of Mr. Bharat. That is why benefit of ATE would not be available. Now the MCQ has second part as well. Also, does any liability for tax deduction or tax collection at source arise on remittances to Mr. Ram under the provisions of income tax? So we need to see whether any TDS liability or TCS liability has been attracted in case of remittances to Mr. Ram. For this again, let's move to the paras. So over here we have Mr. Ram is studying in a university in London. He remitted the loan amount to Mr. Ram. For the previous year ended on 31st March 21, he repaid principal of 7,50,000 and interest of 1,31,250 towards the said loan. The entire foreign remittances are settled through SBI, which is an authorized dealer. So recently, as per Finance Act 20, a new provision was introduced in the TCS chapter, as per which whenever any foreign remittances are made for an amount exceeding 7 lakh, in this case the amount of remittances made is 7,50,000. Whenever the remittances made exceeds 7 lakh, and that is for the purpose of remitting any proceeds which are the result of loan taken for educational purpose, in that case the liability of TCS collection arises. So in the given case, a loan was taken for the purpose of higher education of Mr. Ram. Now, the foreign remittances have been made for an amount exceeding 7 lakh, that is 7,50,000, through an authorized dealer. Now, in this case, the conditions have been satisfied for attracting the liability of TCS. And that is why now TCS at the rate of 0.5% would be collected in the given case. Alright. Also, the COVID relaxations that were provided during financial year 2021 in respect of TCS rate in the form of lowered rate of TCS, they do not apply in this case in respect of the cases where TCS is applicable on account of foreign remittances. So let's read what are the options in this case. A. First deduction under section 80E is allowable. No, it is not allowable because although loan has been taken for educational purpose, but the person for whom loan has been taken is neither spouse nor a child of the assessee. B. No, Mr. Bharat is not eligible for any deduction under ATE. Further, no TDS or TCS arises on the amount remitted. Incorrect. C option, yes, Mr. Bharat is eligible for deduction under ATE. Incorrect. Last option, no, Mr. Bharat is not eligible for deduction under ATE. Moreover, SBI is required to collect TCS on the amount remitted to Mr. Ram at 0.5% on 28 lakhs, being the amount in excess of 7 lakhs. It's the correct answer. Now let's move to the next MCQ. Is tax required to be collected at source on payment made by Mr. Bharat towards expenditure on foreign tour package? If yes, what would be the rate of TCS and the amount on which tax is to be collected at source? Now, as per Finance Act, new provision has been introduced in respect of TCS, which says that where any amount has been received by a person on account of sale of tour package, foreign tour package, then in that case TCS liability would be attracted, and there is no threshold for the purpose of attracting TCS liability in this case. Alright, so over here let's read the MCQ once again. Is tax required to be collected at source on payment paid by Mr. Bharat towards expenditure on foreign tour package? So in this case, is Mr. Bharat required to collect TCS on account of purchase of foreign tour package? As per Finance Act, yes, Finance Act 20 says yes. Alright, in this we have three options which say yes. Also, it is to be TCS rate is 5% in case of purchase of foreign tour package. It is 5%. Also, when we say foreign tour package, it consists of expenses such as hotel, stay, accommodation and other related expenses which are related to tour purpose. Alright, now let's read the para for more details. Okay, here we have. In April 20, he went on a tour to London for the purpose of learning new technology to leverage his business. The foreign tour package arranged by Franklin Tours and Travelers, New Delhi. The detail of expenditure on this tour as follows. Ticket fare 4,50,000. Hotel accommodation charges 1,60,000. Sightseeing charges 80,000. So total we have 4,50,000 plus 1,60,000. We get it. Wait a sec. $6,90,000. Alright, you just have to total all these three because all these are part of the tour. Okay, so yes, tax to be collected at source at 5% only on travel expenditure. Incorrect. Yes, tax to be collected at source at 5% only on travel expenditure plus hotel accommodation. Incorrect. Yes, TCS is to be collected at 5% on 6,90,000. Correct. Okay. Now we have third MCQ. What is the amount of tax required to be collected at source on sale of scrap to Gentleman Suitings PLC? 29.3. Let's go to the paras. Okay, on 15th April 2020, he sold scrap to Gentleman Suitings PLC, a foreign buyer who remitted the payment of 80,000 for the same during the year through ABC Forex, an authorized dealer. Okay, first of all, in case of scrap, when scrap is sold, then TCS applicable is 1%. Further, it is must that scrap should have been sold for business purpose to the other person. That is, the other person should have bought scrap for business purpose, that is for the purpose of further sale and not for consumption sake. So in this case, yes, TCS would be applicable since it is being purchased by Gentleman Suitings, and that too we are assuming that it is for business purpose, that is for the purpose of making further sale and not just for consumption. Okay, and now over here they have said Gentleman Suitings is a foreign buyer, so TCS rate should be increased by 4%, that is to say cess. So 1.04% would be the TCS rate. So the TCS that is payable on 80,000 would turn out to be 832. That is 80,000 into 1.04. Let's see the options. Yes, we have 832, so it is correct. Let's see the last MCQ. What is the rate at which Shakti Traders LLP is required to deduct tax under 194C and on